If you're always thinking, how do you ever truly know you're alive? The question echoes in the silence that follows. We spend our days immersed in an endless stream of thoughts, planning, worrying, replaying memories. The mind, our constant companion, chatters from morning to night. Yet, who are we in the moments between thoughts? And what happens when the mental chatter finally subsides? We embark on a journey through inner and outer space, from the silent halls of monasteries to high-tech neuroscience labs, to discover how mindfulness meditation transforms the brain. Our guide will be both cutting-edge research and ageless wisdom. Prepare for a storytelling voyage that bridges neuroscience and contemplative traditions, revealing what happens in the brain on mindfulness. Along the way, we'll meet monks and MRI machines, the Buddha and modern psychologists, ancient sages and contemporary scientists. We'll see how neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to change, intertwines with the insights of Vipassana and Zen. Jesus answered with startling brevity, "The kingdom of God is within you." Centuries later, under a Bodhi tree, the Buddha noted, "Mind precedes all things." Marcus Aurelius, sand-worn armor, creaking, confessed, "The quietest refuge is inside your own soul." Lao Tzu whispered, "Empty the mind, let stillness reveal everything." And the mystic Meister Eckhart insisted, "Nothing in all creation is so like God as silence." Different languages, different centuries, one shared hunch. When the inner world grows quiet, reality shifts. That's the poetry. Now, cue the lab coat. A volunteer slides into a humming MRI tube. Technicians hand her headphones and say, "Just breathe normally." On the monitor, her brain blooms in shimmering colors. Meditation isn't a mood, it rewires the 3-pound universe behind our eyes. 3 discoveries stand out. First, neuroplasticity. Your prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO of focus and impulse control, bulks up with steady practice. Each time you notice the mind drifting and nudge it back to the breath, you've done a neural push-up. You have 1 rep feels trivial, thousands reverse years of stress-carved grooves. In long-term meditators, researchers measure up to a millimeter of extracortical thickness, about the same structural edge you'd lose in 20 years of normal aging. Second, the default mode network. The DMN is that non-stop narrator jabbering about me, my past, my plans. Great for storytelling, terrible for peace. Mindfulness drops its volume. Experienced meditators show a smoother handoff between the DMN, the salience network, what matters now, and the executive network, what to do about it. The result? Fewer rumination loops, quicker recovery, and a strange yet welcome feeling that life is happening with you, not to you. Third, the amygdala, the brain's smoke alarm. Essential for survival, but in modern life, always on edge. After just 8 weeks of practice, it shrinks and fires less. Even better, the highway between the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala thickens, so the wise mind can lean over and say, "Steady, we've got this." Less overreacting, more options. So far, so clinical. Folds of cortex gaining mass, networks balancing bandwidth, alarms settling down. But numbers alone don't explain why sages keep circling back to inner silence. To feel that, we step sideways, into philosophy. Imagine thought as a film reel. Frame follows frame so quickly, we mistake the sequence for a single, solid life. Mindfulness slows the reel. Light leaks between frames. What shows up is something prior to thought, a clear canvas beneath it all. Call it awareness, spirit, presence, whatever the name, it's not another object in consciousness. It's the field that holds every object. From this angle, the self is a construction. Images, muscle memory, roles, and narration stitched together. Cognitive scientists agree, the brain is predictive, always guessing what's next, adjusting when it's wrong. The story is useful, but it's not the territory. Even a glimpse of that realization lifts a weight. The lifelong project of maintaining me. Some fear that letting go of ego drains drive, but look closer. When the ego's broadcast, my status, my image, quiets, energy doesn't vanish, it changes direction. Freed from defending a self-story, attention flows into creativity, curiosity, and care. Neuroscientists see this in fMRI scans of loving-kindness meditation. As the inner monologue fades, the insula, empathy, and dorsomedial prefrontal cortex, moral reasoning, light up. A mindful entrepreneur stops obsessing over valuation and solves real pain points. An elite athlete, unafraid of failure, slips into flow. A nurse takes 5 mindful breaths before rounds and makes fewer mistakes. A noisy ego spends its energy protecting an image. A quiet ego invests that same energy in service. Inner silence doesn't kill ambition. It reroutes it toward clarity, insight, and purpose. Another fear, stillness, is escapism. But stillness is not escape, it's mastery. A Navy SEAL aiming under fire, a surgeon pausing before the final stitch. Peak performance equals razor-sharp focus. No commentary, just action flowing clean from awareness. Let's go deeper, into time. Neuroscientist David Eagleman says the brain knits perception into 0.1 second nows. Meditation teases them apart. Seconds feel spacious. A breath becomes luminous because in that pause, we glimpse the moment before thought. William James called it the primordial fact of consciousness. Modern scientists call it non-dual awareness, knowing without a knower. Not more data, fewer filters. Critics ask, where's the payoff? Try this, 3 mindful breaths every time you open a door. No incense, no app, just habit. 1, feel your feet. 2, feel air at the nostrils. 3, feel the mood in your body. That's it. Many report lighter shoulders, fewer stumbles, clearer conversations. The brain loves small, predictable cues. Each doorway becomes a reset point. None of this erases pain. Grief still hurts, injustice still burns, deadlines still loom. But with practice, reactivity loosens. The wave can rage without forgetting its water. Thich Nhat Hanh said, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Anchor doesn't stop the storm, it keeps the boat off the rocks. Let's taste that anchor now. Take a minute, right here. Feet flat, shoulders drop. Inhale through the nose, cool air enters. Exhale through the mouth, warm air leaves. Again, inhale, spine lifts. Exhale, jaw softens. One more breath. Widen your hearing, distant sounds, close rustles. Just listen. If a thought comes, wave at it. Return to breath. 2 more breaths. Now open your attention. The room's the same, but do sights and sounds feel softer, brighter? That's a taste of why silence sits at the heart of wisdom. Silence isn't empty. It's where life shows up, naked, vivid, true. Recap. Focus is trainable. Mindful breath, stronger attention. DMN rests, mind calms. Amygdala shrinks, reactions soften. Quiet ego, more compassion, more creativity. Stillness isn't withdrawal, it's high-performance clarity. Even if thoughts stayed loud, perhaps you found a glimpse of now, a taste of simplicity. This quiet space, that's what all the science and wisdom point to, being fully alive right here. So next time you're lost in thought, remember, inside you are the tools for peace, a breath, a pause, a quiet mind. A quiet mind is not empty. It is full of awareness, presence, and life.